Great morning, great morning, great morning. How y'all doing this morning? Today is October the 30th. It's Wednesday, and it is my little one's birthday. It's Caden's birthday. Happy 7th birthday to you, Caden. And before we get into anything, y'all, we're going to have to pay tribute to Caden. That is my youngest little guy. And we're going to pay him a little tribute this morning. Caden is doing such a wonderful job in school. I just have to go ahead and start this morning off right. Well, that gun it. Here we go. Okay, you don't want to play? Here we go.
Y'all were great.
Y'all look at Caden.
We had enough.
My little thinker, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to. Are y'all about to sing this? To you. Happy birthday, dear Caden.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Caden.
Happy birthday to you. Y'all, Caden is 7 years old this morning. Happy birthday to you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. We will be celebrating Caden's birthday on Saturday. And look, his daddy said he think he grew an inch this morning. So happy birthday to you, Caden. Anyway, back to our scheduled broadcast. Great morning. Welcome to the Kimmy's Morning Show. Thanks for tuning in. If this is the first time you have tuned in to our broadcast, I want to formally welcome you here. Now, if you are a part of the Kimmy gang, I want to say welcome, Kimmy's gang. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button while you already hovering over the video. You see the like button. Go ahead and hit the like button. If you've yet to subscribe, go ahead and hit the subscription button and turn your notification bell on. While you're doing that, go ahead and share this broadcast. Y'all, we're not going to waste a whole lot of time this morning. We're going to get on with it because it's not clickbait. It is not clickbait this morning. TD Jakes has been outed in an indiscreet little way. A lot of people missed this one, but I call it. He has been outed. And y'all know, over the past, since this stuff really started popping off with Diddy, y'all know TD Jakes' name has been popping up here and there. Before we even get into it, I just want to talk about the materials and information have been prepared and are intended for educational purposes only under Section 107 Copyright Act 1976. And everything we will be talking about is allegedly. So let's get on with the mess. So Larry Reid Live did an interview about 24 hours ago with a minister. His name is Minister Youngblood. Now, in his interview, he spoke about being the, how can I put this? Being the victim. He spoke about being the someone who abused people, and now he's the victor. Now he's trying to help other people. Now, by no means that this particular gentleman, his name is Minister Youngblood, he came out to blast anybody. He just spoke his truth, and he would have liked, with him speaking his truth, he would have liked that he had empowered other people. There are a lot of things that, if you want to go watch the whole interview, you can go to Larry Reid Live and watch the video. Now, I'm not going to play the whole video, just the snippet where he talked about TD Jakes. Now, Minister Youngblood is a worship leader. I guess he's a minister as well. And he spoke about when he was growing up, how his father allegedly raped his sister every morning. He would hear sounds coming from his sister's bedroom, and there were sounds of her saying no, no, no. And then he would see his father coming out of his sister's room in a robe. And this proceeded to happen for years, years on end. So he was used to seeing abuse. Now, with him being the talented individual that he was, he sung. He has a gift of singing. And so he won several contests, and he came across different, I guess, pastors in the religious industry, and he came across T.D. Jakes. I just brought y'all to this point. I'm going to go ahead and play this. If you have not yet to hear or you don't want to hear it, what I ask you to do is to go ahead and log off of the video if you don't want to talk about sensitive content. So we're going to go ahead and get on with the program this morning. I ain't wasting no time, chat. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go.
Question.
Yes.
Did that happen to you again?
So the gentleman to your left, the one with the shades, that's Larry Reed Live. The gentleman to the right is Dwayne Youngblood. The abused became the abuser.
After the situation with Bishop Wilson.
Yes. Yes, I've been through that again. I was now 18, 19 years of age. And what had happened is Brian Keith Williams, who I see is in the chat, Brian Keith Williams he came to my graduation service and preached. My mother. Now,
as you can see on the Larry Reed Live video at the bottom part, the gentleman said, "This is Brian Keith Williams. Dwayne Youngblood is telling the truth. I don't remember the ride, but I know what he is saying firsthand, and he wrote about it in the book." This is leading up to the T.D. Jakes situation. So just hold what you got.
Was very fond of Brian Keith Williams, and I was very fond of Brian. So she invited him to preach for my graduation service. And he came in and preached, and then he came and he was preaching for us again. And while he was preaching for us, there was scheduled to be a revival starting in our city by Bishop T.D. Jakes. And so Bishop T.D. Jakes was brought to our church by Bishop Wade Jones, who was the pastor of a Greater Male Church in Pittsburgh at the time. He brought him to our church, and he was there the night that Brian Keith Williams was preaching. And we didn't know who this person was, but apparently Bishop Williams.
I'm going to speed this up along so it don't take a lot of time. Let's go ahead and speed this up just a tad bit. Here we go.
Did know him, and he gave a endorsement about how he could preach, and Bishop Jakes got up and said a few words. And so my parents had a rule: if you lived in their home, you're going to their church services they went to. So we went, and he started coming in to preach twice a year at Bishop Jones's church. He was so popular that the church would be full before he ever even got there, before the service even started. The church is jam-packed. Unbelievable response to his ministry. And so myself and another elder who was a part of Bishop Jones's church, who is still a part of that church now, we befriended.
Noel Jones?
No, this is Bishop Wade Jones.
Wade Jones. Okay.
Yes.
I know that.
We befriended kind of close with Bishop Jakes. And we decided in one of the times he was there, it was going to be his birthday. Now, I remember like it was yesterday. His birthday is June the 9th. And we're going to take him out.
What's your friend name again that you were close to?
The person who was in that church, his name is Harvey McDaniels.
Okay. Harvey.
He and I were going to take Jakes out to eat after he preached for his birthday. And so I was able to convince my mother to let me drive her car, as I didn't have a vehicle. I said, well, we're going to take him out to eat. I want to drive your car. And so we did. We took him out to eat. And it was decided after we were done taking him out to eat that I would be the person to take him back to his sleeping place, which at the time there was a lady named Sister Giles. She always wanted to house and take care of him when he came to that church. And so I came in there, drove him to eat, and then took him back to her home. Well, after taking him back to her home, he says, come on in, let's talk. And I still felt, you can't even imagine being 18, 19 years of age. This person is killing it. And they're saying to you, come on in, let's talk. And so I did. I went in. We sat down at a very long dining room table in a room that she had.
Now, let me just stop this right here, because I know a lot of people are like, what in the world is going on? Now, y'all know, over the course of this year, there have been a lot of individuals who have been coming out speaking about TD Jakes. There was a one individual, I cannot, his name fails me right now. He came out and he said that he was going to have more information. He never came out no more. Y'all know TD Jakes' money is really, really long. For those of you all who follow Larry Reid Live, y'all know he don't bring out no information that has not been vetted. Also, he's not going to bring out information that is not true. Trust and believe. If this gentleman, Dwayne Youngblood, is on the Larry Reid Live show, it is in fact true, allegedly. And another thing, this is not the first individual that Larry Reid has brought out on his show making accusations against TD Jakes. Not one time has Larry Reid been sued by TD Jakes. All the other bloggers that come out, their stuff get taken off the internet, not Larry Reid's. Anyway, let's hit play.
And for 2 hours, it was unbelievable. Pouring of heart, crying, him talking about my father. We talking about these scenarios. And I inwardly just knew I had finally found someone who could get it. Someone who understood. I'm sitting at this table, and for the first time talking to any man, I got tears coming down my face because somebody gets me. Somebody understood what I was going through. Well, after sitting there and having this long discourse with him, I finally look at my watch and I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to go. I got to get this car back to my mother. She's going to kill me. So I said to Bishop, I got to get up. And I got up from the table. He got up from the table. He walked around toward the way I had to exit quicker than I got over there. And when I started to walk past him, he pulled me to himself, wrapped his arms around me and tried to kiss me. And in that moment, I literally died. I could not. I tell you, to this day, I can't remember how I got out of that place. But I remember driving home with all kinds of crazy thoughts and what in the world am I going to do now? And I finally get home, get in the house, get in the bed. I'm going to try to go to sleep. And I get to sleep and get up in the morning. And in the morning, I step into our bathroom and my home phone rings. My mother answers the phone and she says to me, Wayne, it's Elder Jakes. And I get on that phone. And when I get on that telephone, I can hear water. He is sitting in a bathtub. And in that thing, he says to me, without any hesitation, there's 3 things I need you to do. The first one is, when I come to Pittsburgh, you're going to be the only person I sleep with. Woo! The second one is, you can't sleep with anybody else because I...
Do y'all hear what I just heard? TD Jakes just told him, gave him 3 things. When I come to Pittsburgh, you're going to be the only one that I sleep with, allegedly. Y'all don't hit the share button and hit the like as well. Share this broadcast.
Don't want to give my wife anything. And thirdly, I will take care of you the rest of your life. I can't to this day remember how I got off that phone, but I do know I made a decision that I wasn't going to the service that night. And eventually I told my mother, I'm not going to go to the service tonight. She says, no. You know, we got a rule in this house. If we go, you go. I never told her what he had.
Now, y'all know, y'all can relate to what he's saying, because in Black families, especially down south in the Bible Belt, if you living in a household with your parents and they go to church, you going to church too. It ain't no sitting at home. If I go, you go. We all go. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Did y'all grow up in a church like that? I did.
Done. I went to church, and the most humiliating thing imaginable happened that night at church. Bishop Jakes, getting up to preach, speaks into that microphone. I'm going to ask young minister Youngblood to read for me. And after all of that drama, of the last 24 hours I had to read before he preached. And so there is so much more to me and Bishop Jakes and my family and Bishop Jakes and the absolute destructive sexual damage. But this thing was so extremely damaging. And I'll say this to you, Larry, that sitting back and watching some of the things I've seen in 2024 and things that I've heard, even heard him say, has been so frustrating to me, because the people who I've heard say things publicly related to him and people who've actually come to me, the stories they are telling me in 2024
Y'all hear this?
is what I remember when I was 18 and 19 years old with this same person. And so it's hurtful, because for me, of course I've abused, but my God, I can only imagine how many people may be listening tonight or hear this again, and you might be on the cliff getting ready to do something that destroys your life. I will encourage you tonight, don't hold back. Don't believe the trash and the garbage that touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. Trust me, you are God's anointed.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop this right here. I believe it's maybe one more part. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all just hold what you got. Hold on, I believe it's in. Y'all just hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, here we go, y'all. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button, please, and thank you. Here we go.
I stopped believing all the stuff that we were saying, all the stuff that we were preaching and teaching. Remember, my dad is the pastor. Bishop Wilson is the chief apostle. Here is the man who is leading revival, and it dies because you realize in these moments you don't understand what you're doing, but you start believing that what you said about hope, this just ain't gonna happen for me. I thought maybe there'd be a place that I'd be able to talk about what is real and get somebody to give me whatever I need to get beyond it. Because I'm telling you, Larry, up to the point of TD Jakes, I couldn't believe the life I had had. And that night, I thought, oh my, here is help. We've managed to start building this relationship, this friendship, and here is help. Here, I have no ability to really trust men, but here's one who is proving to me across the table, you can trust me. And in a few minutes, totally violated. And I'm gonna tell you something, the thing that just further killed me was the absolute arrogance to call me from a bathtub and to tell me you're gonna take care of me for the rest of my life. I'm gonna be your Pittsburgh boy, but I can't sleep with nobody else because you don't want to give your wife something. And so absolutely, it's devastation. And as I moved forward in ministry, I had decisions to make because my gift and my ignorance allowed me to get right.
So I see Erica said he doesn't look like he's straight. Well, if you watch the bit, so this is a 2-hour long interview. The first hour part of this interview, he speaks about how he was great. And if you watch the video, he was abused, but then he became the abuser. And he also speaks about in this particular interview where he did his time for becoming the abuser. So he actually did jail time as well. But who is he talking about? He's talking about TD Jakes. He's talking about TD Jakes, girl. Girl, you missed it, girl. Girl, yes. He's definitely talking about TD Jakes. But let me go ahead and hit play. But he did speak about abusing men as well. And it behooves you all, if you want to know more about this interview, is to go ahead and watch the Larry Reed live interview. But I just took the excerpts out of where he actually talked about TD Jakes, because a lot of people don't know who some of these people is, especially if you're not in the gospel community. But everybody knows TD Jakes.
In the pastoring with all this. I was, because I was more studious than my dad and more studious than my grandfather and very serious about my craft, whatever it was, I studied. And so it became pretty natural that, Bishop Wilson started telling me and my brother that you all should move beyond your dad should turn the church over to you all. So I always was inwardly feeling like there was something more in me. Well, instead of me taking it to the place of getting healed, I started a church. It was a natural thing to do.
So let me stop this right here and let me find the other part where he spoke about TD Jakes. Y'all just hold on. There's one more other part. It's a long interview, y'all. Hold on. I can find it. Okay, here's the other part. Here we go. Okay, this is the last one. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button. And here we go.
Sense for these two people in his life to get along. And so I heard what he said, and I said, fine, if you're saying it, I'll have him come. My church was absolutely not going to be a place for T.D. Jakes to come, but he agreed to come to it, and he did. He and his wife came. My church, the only thing we had to do was get him a hotel. He took care of everything else. After the service was over, I took him and his wife to the hotel. We had gotten them a suite. His wife went and climbed in the bed, and she fell asleep. And when she fell asleep, I looked at him and I said, why did you do what you did? And this was what his response was to me. These are words like etched in stone in my brain. He said, my stock was rising.
First of all, y'all, so when I first heard this, and either TD Jakes' wife know what's going on, because how many of you ladies out there who are married, excuse me, how many of you ladies out there who are married, maybe have boyfriends or whatever, and you play like you want to sleep, but you really listening? Am I the only nosy one in the bunch? You play like you sleep, but you really listening? How in the way either he was comfortable in talking in front of his wife, knowing that she was asleep, because he didn't say that they went into the other room. He said his wife climbed in bed, she was tired, she went to sleep. This is TD Jakes' wife. She got to know what's going on. It's been too much going on in a religious community swirling around TD Jakes. Too many of these men have come out saying that they have been with TD Jakes for her not to know. I'm sorry, she knew.
And I would have had sex with anybody at that time.
What?
And that was to be my answer. It was to be what was going to be good for me. And I just eventually phased myself out of that room and out of any real good relationship with Bishop Jakes from that point moving forward. So I spent 15 years in higher ground, giving everything I had. But in one of the years that I was in higher ground, Bishop Watkins' wife passed.
So that is about the end of this particular part. Hold on a minute. Let me get this off. It's still playing. Hold on. So that's the end about TD Jakes. They did not have sexual relations whatsoever, because as Dwayne Youngblood said that he was not going to do that. Like I said, you can go back to the video and you can watch, because he does look a little sweet, but I believe he is married now. He does look a little sweet, but during this time, he was 18 or 19 years old when this happened with TD Jakes, and several years later after that. But there's a history coming out, and trust and believe, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I know good and doggone well, TD Jakes went up at Diddy parties just to talk to him about the word. He was not. Anyway, talking about Diddy, she said, yes, there's been so much smoke, there has to be fire. And she knows, she definitely knows. So talking about Diddy, child, did y'all hear about how Diddy's sons allegedly try to jump Ray J? Now, y'all know Ray J has been all over the news, talking with Chris Como about Diddy and all this other kind of stuff. Well, anyway, they were in LA. Diddy and Diddy's sons were in LA. They were at a club and they rolled up on Ray J. And I want y'all to hear what happened. Rolled up on him, girl. Those little young bucks gonna roll up on that 40-year-old man. They about to get him. You don't play. Child. Shoot, y'all. Hold on just a second. Let me pull this up real quick. While we talking about Diddy, let's pull this up. Child, Ray J was running scared. Anyway, hold on just a second. Here we go. So Ray J tells WAC 100, y'all know who WAC 100 is. He was rushed by like 8 ninjas during an alleged altercation with Diddy's sons. His manager claims nobody gonna press him. They're just some little kids trying to fight a big boy. I don't know about that, y'all. Okay, here we go.
Back with him. Ray J. No.
So hold up. The guy all the way to the corner with the bald head, that's WAC 100. I believe they are either on Clubhouse. I'm thinking they either on Clubhouse or something like that. Surely it's not a Zoom call. I know WAC always is on Clubhouse all the time, but WAC has called Ray J. And I want y'all to listen to this.
Listen now. Everybody been calling me, and you know until you call me, I feel like it's no big deal. All right? So I'm talking to the exposer homies. They talking about the Combs is trying to rush you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They tried to rush you in Miami?
Nigga, in LA, nigga.
Where?
Bro, you know I'm not gonna call y'all because this could go somewhere else. And I'm like, at the club, dog.
But you didn't have don't.
So let me stop y'all right here. So y'all know it has been alleged over a long time that Ray J is allegedly or affiliated with some gangs. Y'all know Ray J used to run the streets with Snoop and WAC 100, with a whole bunch of other people. So Ray J, he may look like the choir boy, but Ray J really is about that life. Really, he is. That's why he said, you know, this could have went left because of gang activity.
Not them with you?
I ain't got nobody with me, dog.
So how many of them was it? 2, 3? What?
I don't know, like 8.
Oh, so it was them at 8 and they tried to rush you for real.
Yeah, but don't put this up, blood.
Nah, it's going out.
Nah, blood.
It's just going.
Stop hanging with Young Buck and I'm gonna get the squad back with him.
It's going out, dog. Like, fuck them niggas now. So my question to you is, can I put the other stuff out that we've been knowing about?
Nah, they too young. Like, it ain't like that. Like, I moved away from it. Like,
huh?
I tried to talk some sense into like what happened, but I just, you know what I'm saying, luckily the homie Chris is here.
What? Wait, what Chris?
Not Chris.
Wait, well, WAC, don't put this shit up online.
Nah, it's this. I don't fuck them niggas.
Nah, but still, don't.
It's going up. It's already online. It's online that the niggas tried to rush you and you ain't told me shit. It's everywhere, nigga. It's everywhere that the niggas tried to rush.
Listen, I swear it's been everywhere because they've been talking about it before this even came out. Since, what's today? Wednesday? Since Monday, they've been talking about Ray J getting rushed by Diddy 3 boys. Now it's confirmed.
Rush you. They ain't say they put their hands on you. I just said the little homie gonna squabble up. I thought it was just one. Now you telling me them and 8 niggas, so it's on.
Yeah, but it don't need to be like that.
Nah, that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. Going out, dog. Like, all right, so I'm gonna call you when I get back tomorrow. I'm gonna pull up on you. All right. They tried to get the little homie.
Yeah, but WAC, they hot as fire grease right now. Leave them niggas alone.
Man, I don't give a fuck.
Now, if y'all see who talking, that's Reggie White. Reggie White has been all over YouTube. You know, he been on DJ Vlad doing interviews and all that kind of stuff. If y'all don't know, do your research on. I'm not about to go into who Reggie White is.
How hot they is?
They hot. They hot.
Nigga, if we run into
They
you,
hot.
nigga, when we run into you, act like it's 1995.
Yeah. They
Period.
hot though.
Now you gonna try to rush a nigga 8 deep. That's crazy.
I mean,
See, Wack really about that life. A lot of people think Wack just be talking and running his mouth. Nah, he really about that life. Like, y'all know Chris Brown is Pyru. What is that? That's GANG activity, okay? And I don't know what Wack is. I don't know if he a blood. I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know, chat.
Russian nigga AD, he shouldn't have got up out of there.
No, that's a
Yeah,
fact.
no. He should have been knocked
Yeah.
out.
Yo, Luke, that's crazy. That's crazy. And Ray J over there being sympathetic. You know what I'm saying? He want to leave it alone because he know. So they say Chris Brown stopped. Well, Chris Brown did what he's supposed to do as a Paul Rue, right? Chris Brown is racking up his points. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling niggas, I said, look,
They say he's swapping something down.
I'm like, I ain't playing a nigga no mind. But he's pretty serious about what he's talking about. Chris Brown is racking up his points.
So, according to Ray J's manager, David Weintraub claims nobody's going to press Ray J. It's not going to happen. Anyone can come and try to press Ray, but it's not going to happen. That was an unfortunate incident. And you know, that was a great party that just got ruined by little kids trying to fight a big boy. And sometimes you just can't have that to happen. It just goes on and on. Y'all can read it, screenshot or read it another time. And actually, Hazel E, let me find this particular one. Hazel E was actually there at the party, and she was one of the ones who actually broke it up as well. So I'm like, is she talking? I don't know. Hold on, let me pull this up so y'all can see it. Oh my word, where did I see it? Yeah, hold on. I know where I saw that. Y'all know who Hazel E is. Okay, hold on just a minute. Let me pull this up. Watch I don't find it, y'all. See, here I go again in the middle of the night reading stuff and can't remember where I found it. Where did I see it? Hold what you got. Y'all gonna hit the like button. Oh, crap. Hold on just a second. Good gracious. Watch, I'm not gonna find it. I'm not gonna find it this morning. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I promise you. I don't even know where I put it. Excuse me. I'm sorry for coughing in the mic. Let me check one more other place. And this is it. Nope. I lost it. I completely lost it. This may be it. Nope. I lost it, y'all. Look, one more other place. I believe I lost it. I lost it. Anyway, well, Hazel E. No, here it is. Here it is. I'm sorry. Here it is, right here. Let me share my screen. Here it is.
Weekend. Can I
really?
So this particular gentleman is actually Ray J's manager. Listen to what he got to say.
Can I add? Yeah, Unruly. How was it?
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
The party of the year.
Party of the year. Now there's a lot, of information coming out about that party. Diddy's sons, getting into a altercation with Ray J.
Nobody's gonna press Ray J.
Okay.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, anyone can come and try to press Ray, but it's not gonna happen. So
Okay.
that was an unfortunate incident, and it was a great party that got ruined by little kids trying to fight a big boy.
Okay.
And sometimes you just can't have that happen.
So I know that you broke up the fight with Diddy's kids and Ray J with Chris Brown. Can you
Yeah.
tell me about that?
I mean, it just was unnecessary. Like, everybody's all family one way or another, no matter what people are dealing with in the world. Even though the Combs family's dealing with what they're dealing with, Ray deals with his life, Chris deals with his life. There's no reason for everybody to be fighting. And I mean, listen, Ray is just not a guy that you're going to go impress like that.
No, you were at Tara.
That garment, I cannot find it with Hazel E. It's complete. I have no clue where I saw it. Anyway, this puts me in the mind of when all that stuff used to pop off, you know, between Biggie and Pac and all this other kind of crazy stuff. This is not what we need. Y'all know that little situation with Drake and what was the other? Kendrick Lamar. We don't need all this beef going on. People just need to settle it, because especially when you talk about gang activity and things of that nature, like this can get real heated. This can make a left turn real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Like, especially when you have other people like Whack 100 and all these other people getting in the mix, and it could just turn ugly real fast. So I hope everything is squashed. Maybe Ray J will keep a cool head, you know, because as far as Ray J say, he really just about making that money right now. If y'all been watching some of his interviews, he talk about how, you know, he don't want to have beef with anybody. Even when he did the little snippet on Club Shay Shay, how he talks about how he don't like to have beef with anybody. He really about just making that money right now. So hopefully, since Ray J is a little older now, maybe his sister Brandy can get into his head or whatever to don't pop off at these little kids, because y'all know they're going through a lot, especially with everybody coming at them and they dead. And a lot of the times, some of them were there when some of these freak offs was going on. So, you know, just think somebody was talking about your daddy or your mama or something like that. How would you respond? You'll be angry. And then you don't know if his P. Diddy's assets have been frozen. You don't know what's going on. And like Reggie Wright was saying, you know, these cats hot as fish grease right now. Everybody on their tail. So best bet is leave them alone. All right, let's move right along this morning. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button, please, and thank you. So I want to talk about, child, I tell you, anytime somebody try to get at Kamala Harris, they try with anybody. So a Fox News analyst goes in on Beyonce for speaking at Kamala Harris's rally. She needs to be focused. Here's what he said. She needs to be focused on keeping her album on the charts because it's already gone. What? Are you thinking? To make matters worse, it was a black guy. Young black guy. Let me share my screen, let y'all see this old foolishness. Daniel said, Ray J better sit down somewhere. He's too old for that. I don't know.
Campaign, the strategy they've gone for this far in the election with 10 days, 9 days, 10, 11 days to go.
She's absolutely desperate. I mean, she's out here bringing every celebrity she can to try to get any kind of endorsement because she knows.
Kamala Harris is desperate, or is Donald Trump desperate? Because there's a lot of information popping out. There's some information that popped out this morning that I don't want to talk about because I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm going to let y'all know a little bit about it. But no.
Knows that she doesn't have any substance herself. She brought Beyonce out tonight, and it's like, Beyonce doesn't need to be doing that. Beyonce needs to be focused on trying to keep her album on the charts because it's already gone.
Xavier, Bryce Hall, thank you for coming on. We appreciate your time. Best of luck to both of you. Come back and visit us again. Thank you. Harris campaign, the strategy they've gone for this far in the election with 10 days, 9.
Shay. Y'all hold on a minute. My neighbor just texted me. What in the world he talking about? He said, what color are y'all kittens? I think they was over at our house last night with y'all's black cat. We ain't got no black cat. Anyway, they probably was. They probably hungry. I ain't fed them. Anyway, move right along. Let's see. Okay, so y'all know the other day we were talking about Dwayne Wade's statue. Y'all know the Miami Heat statue, and a lot of people, even I said, you know, I know Dwayne Wade was upset. Y'all listen to what he said. Listen to his comeback.
to look like me, I'll just stand outside the arena, y'all, and take photos. You don't need to look like me. It's an artistic version of a moment that happened that we're trying to cement. If I wanted to look like me, I'll just stand outside the arena, y'all, and take photos. You don't need to look like me. It's an artistic version of a moment that happened that we're trying to.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, these people in the comment area have no chill. Somebody said, "Don't get aggravated with us, Ninja." That's what they said. Another person said, an artistic version of you, you should still look like you. You got a point, but Dwayne Wade got a point too. Somebody else said, "We don't believe you," or whoever that statue is. Y'all both lying, Lord. Not y'all both lying. Somebody else says, "Dwayne, that look like everybody except you. Get some rest." Lord bless it. I mean, I can understand what he's saying. It's just an artistic version of him. If y'all want to look at him, he'll stand outside the stadium. It is what it is. He still get his little notoriety or whatever. But child, if they got a statue of me, at least I want it to look like me. I don't want it to look like Mahalia Jackson. I want it to look like me. Okay, is it just me? Anyway. Now, for those of you, okay, so I had to talk about this. For those of you all who are content creators, obviously this don't apply to me because I don't make enough money for the IRS to even try to do anything, child. I barely hit the threshold. Most of the months I don't even hit the threshold. So they ain't coming after me because I ain't making no money. Excuse me. So the IRS has hired thousands of tax agents to crack down on social media influencers and business owners for lifestyle audits. Listen, y'all better let people know. Y'all better start filing taxes on this stuff. Child, I ain't making no money. I ain't making a dime. Y'all see this? IRS is not playing. So the primary goal of a lifestyle audit is to identify discrepancies between reported income and actual lifestyle expenditures, which may include unreported income, tax evasion, or other financial irregularities. Lifestyle audits are often triggered by significant discrepancies between reported income and lifestyle expenses. Child, I ain't got none. Whistleblower tips or information from third-party sources, public records, or social media indicating lavish spending. Ooh, previous tax audits or non-compliance. Y'all can look at this if you want to. You social media influencers out there bragging about this $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 y'all making a month or better. I hope y'all reporting this to the IRS. Because the little content creator as I am, child, I ain't even making a threshold. Threshold's $100. So you know I ain't making it. They ain't coming after me. I ain't got nothing to give, and I sure ain't lavish spending. Hello. Anyway. All right. Let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. So 50 Cent was on a Breakfast Club the other day. And he spoke about, now y'all know, for those of you all who watch Power, y'all know Omari Hardwick. I think that's his name. Hardwick. 50 Cent confirms he's no longer cool with Omari Hardwick. He thinks he overvalues himself. Let me share my screen. I'm like, no, he's not coming. Ghost ain't coming back. Oh my God.
You act.
Is it just me? Or was Ghost the biggest part of Power to me? For those of you Power watchers, was Ghost the biggest part of Power? That was one of the reasons why I love to watch it, because Ghost was on there. Once they knocked off Ghost, I didn't really keep up with the show Power anymore. Come on, 50, get real. I thought he was coming back. Listen, I don't care what 50 talking about. But Omari was that dude on Power. He really was. And I'm looking all up in the comment area, and everybody's sentiments are the same as mine. He was that dude. So, whatever. All right, y'all. let me share this particular thing, excuse me, and we will be out of here. The last thing I want to leave you all with, since we have less than 7 days, 6 days before we vote. And if you are voting early, you probably have less than that. But D.L. Hughley, well, they had a BET Black Men Summit, and it aired yesterday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm going to place a little snippet from the Black Man Summit. The conversation, the things they were talking about Kamala Harris being a prosecutor was really enlightening. Let me go ahead and share this screen so y'all can see this for yourself.
Now, being Crump, what is your view of VP Harris and a record when it comes to criminal justice?
You know, as a civil rights lawyer, I got to interact with Vice President Harris when she was the Attorney General of California. We were not on the same size, but I saw her passion to do the right thing and her passion to try to help Black people. When we think about it, DL, you have to think that this is a sister who grew up in Oakland, California, and she chose that the best way I can help the system is to be a prosecutor.
Great morning to you, Beverly. That's my auntie, y'all, on my husband's side. How you doing? Thanks for the stars.
Be on the inside. Most of the time, you have people like me, we're fighting on the outside. We need people on the inside.
That's your point. Yeah. I think we put prosecutors, Black prosecutors, who we elect a lot, in an untenable position. We want them to be protectors of the community, which that's the gig, that's the profession. You work with her. I'm sure you were in court with her on the other side of the stick,
but out of that, we gained a healthy respect for one another. While everybody talks about prosecutors being tough on crime, she came up with a concept called being smart on crime. When she became prosecutor in San Francisco, she said, I'm gonna be smart on crime. She had this back on track policy that said when young brothers and sisters messed up, she said that if it's your first time and you're under the age of 18, they're not gonna charge you with this crime for life. If you didn't get in any more trouble, and if you graduated from high school or you got a GED, they would expunge your record. Now, what prosecutors we know when we were growing?
First of all, why are they not bringing this out? How come more people are not talking about this? See, they want to talk about the things that Kamala Harris stood for in California, how she was hard on Black men on crime, but they're not bringing this part of it out. Y'all become informed.
Will treat us like that. That's Kamala Harris.
Wow. Wow. I'm gonna have to go watch this. I'm pretty sure it's probably out on YouTube somewhere. She said she enjoying the show. Thank you so much. Wow. Well, y'all, that concludes today's show. If y'all happen to see my little Caden around, or if you want to send him a little gift, you can send him a little cash app. You can send him $1. Today is his 7th birthday, and I tell y'all, Caden is knocking it out the park in school. Yesterday, found out he made a 95 on his test. This past Friday, he took a test, chimed in. His tutor was like, oh my Lord, what did he get on the test? We was waiting on that because y'all know Caden's in the 1st grade, and now they are reading their directions now. Caden has to read his own directions. And this was the first test where he didn't have the assistance of the teacher. He made a 95. So I'm super happy for him. He is killing it. He has turned 7 years old today. We'll celebrate his birthday on Saturday. And we got a special surprise. His sister is coming to visit him, and he doesn't know anything about it. So I hope y'all have a great rest of your day today. Today is Humpback. What was it? Humpback? Today is Hump Day. So Y'all have a great rest of your day. This weather is so crazy. Last week it was cold. Now it's cool / hot in the evenings. Whoo, child. Anyway, y'all have a great rest of y'all day. I will see y'all tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. I may end up doing a live show this afternoon. It will probably end up being an impromptu. I'm not really sure, but we shall see. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Bye. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. 'Cause you're just that subscriber. Like and subscribe.